serving as an instructor in the mechanical department at a government college of technology in Multan. I have a strong background in mechanical engineering and a passion for teaching and technical education. My goal is to help students develop both theoretical understanding and practical skills so they can succeed in the modern engineering field. Today, I have conduct an interview with ChatGPT. Welcome to Talk with ChatGPT. Today we are diving into a powerful topic: how to create a daily routine for success. So, ChatGPT, why is having a daily routine so important?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Having a daily routine is really important because it helps create structure and consistency in our lives. It can boost productivity, reduce stress, and even improve mental well being. It essentially sets us up for success by making sure we have good habits and time for our priorities.
Great point. So, where should someone start when designing their daily routine?
That's a fantastic follow up. To start designing a daily routine, it really helps to first identify your goals and priorities. From there, you can break them down into smaller, manageable tasks and then allocate specific times for those tasks. It's also helpful to build in flexibility and self care so that the routine is sustainable in the long run.
What's a simple morning routine that can boost productivity?
Absolutely. A simple morning routine might include things like starting with a bit of stretching or exercise, having a healthy breakfast, setting clear intentions or goals for the day, and maybe even a few minutes of mindfulness or meditation. All of that combined can help set a positive tone and boost productivity throughout the day.
How can people stay consistent with their routine?
Staying consistent often comes down to setting realistic goals and starting small. It also helps to track progress, celebrate small wins, and be flexible when things don't go as planned. Having reminders, accountability partners, and even adjusting the routine as needed can all help maintain consistency over time.
I love that your answer, Annie. Uh, ChatGPT. Why is it important to have a daily routine for success?
I'm glad you found it helpful. And to sum it up, having a daily routine really helps us build positive habits, maintain focus, and manage our time effectively. It ultimately leads to greater productivity, less stress, and more overall success in both personal and professional life.
What are the first steps to building an effective daily routine?
A great first step is to reflect on what you want to achieve and identify your priorities. Then start by mapping out a simple framework for your day, including time for essential tasks and breaks. It's also important to be flexible and adjust as you go and gradually build consistency over time.
What are some common mistakes people make when creating routines? Have any suggestions?
Absolutely. One common mistake is trying to make the routine too rigid or overwhelming right from the start. Another mistake is not allowing for flexibility. So when life happens, it becomes hard to stick to. Also, not setting clear priorities or not reviewing and adjusting the routine over time can lead to burnout. So it's always good to start small, stay flexible, and keep tweaking as needed.
How can people balance work, health, and personal time in their routines?
Balancing those aspects really comes down to intentional planning. One way is to set clear boundaries for work hours and make sure to schedule time for exercise, meals, and relaxation. It's also helpful to prioritize tasks and be mindful of not overloading your schedule. And of course, regular reflection and adjustments help maintain that balance over time.
How can someone adjust their routine?
Adjusting your routine is all about being flexible and responsive. It helps to regularly check in on how your routine is working and identify what's not working or what can be improved. You can experiment with different time blocks, add or remove activities, and even tweak the order of tasks. And of course, listening to your own needs and being patient with yourself is key to making sustainable changes.
What was the best way to stay consistent with a routine?
One of the best ways is to start small and gradually build up so it feels manageable and less overwhelming. Consistency also comes from setting clear and realistic goals, tracking your progress, and celebrating small victories along the way. Having accountability, whether it's through a friend, a journal, or even reminders, can really help maintain that consistency over time.
I have some important question for you. Can technology help in maintaining consistency?
Absolutely. Technology can be a huge help. There are apps for habit tracking, reminders, and even scheduling that can keep you on track. Plus, productivity tools like calendars, to do lists, and focus apps can help you stay organized and consistent. The key is to find the right tools that fit your routine and make it easier rather than more complicated.
ChatGPT should a daily routine be the same every day?
That's a great question. While having consistency is important, it's also helpful to allow some flexibility. Some parts of your routine can remain the same, while others can be adjusted to fit different days or circumstances. This balance helps prevent burnout and keeps things fresh and sustainable in the long run.
What role does discipline play in following our daily routines?
Discipline definitely plays a big role. It helps us stick to our routines even when motivation wanes. Discipline keeps us accountable and encourages us to follow through on our commitments. Over time, that discipline helps build good habits, making the routine feel more natural and sustainable. Of course, it's also important to balance discipline with self compassion.
How can someone overcome procrastination and stick to their plan?
Overcoming procrastination often involves breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable steps so they don't feel so overwhelming. Setting clear deadlines and using techniques like the Pomodoro method can also help. It's also really useful to minimize distractions, create a dedicated workspace, and reward yourself for completing tasks. And of course, being kind to yourself and understanding that it's normal to struggle sometimes can really help keep you on track in the long run.
What's the connection between habits and success?
The connection is pretty strong. Habits essentially form the foundation of our daily actions, and those consistent actions lead to long term success. When we build positive habits, we naturally become more productive, efficient, and resilient, which ultimately helps us achieve our goals. In other words, success is often the result of the small positive habits we build every day.
How long does it take to turn a routine into a natural habit?
It can vary quite a bit, but a common estimate is around 21 to 66 days, depending on the complexity of the habit and individual differences. Some habits might take a bit longer to feel automatic, while others can form more quickly. The key is consistency and patience, and over time, the routine becomes second nature.
How can self care be part of productive routine?
Self care is actually a crucial component of productivity. When you prioritize self care, you maintain your physical and mental well being, which helps you stay focused, energized, and resilient. Incorporating things like regular breaks, healthy meals, exercise, and relaxation into your routine can actually boost your productivity in the long run. It's all about creating a balanced routine that supports both your goals and your well being.
How does reflection at the end of the day help in long term success?
Reflection at the end of the day is super valuable because it helps you gain insights into what worked well and what could be improved. It allows you to celebrate your wins, learn from any challenges, and adjust your routine accordingly. Over time, this habit of reflection leads to continuous improvement, better decision making, and ultimately long term success and growth.
If you had to give one golden tip for building a routine for success, what would it be?
If I had to pick one golden tip, it would be to start small and build gradually by focusing on just a few key habits at the beginning and then expanding over time. You make the routine more sustainable and less overwhelming. This approach helps you build momentum and sets you up for long term success.
Any last piece of advice for our listeners?
I'd say just be patient and kind to yourself along the journey. Building a routine and achieving success is a process, and it's okay to have ups and downs. Keep learning, stay consistent, and enjoy the journey. Every small step counts.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're very welcome. It was my pleasure. If you